Hello good people! This is FisherTwelve and we have another exciting episode of the Black Ops show for you guys today. As always, still discussing zombies here, and again, we're going to be talking about something I don't think any other YouTuber has covered yet, and that kind of amazes me based on how out in the open this information kind of is. But today, we're going to be talking about the Ancient Astronauts. Now, the idea of spacemen isn't new to zombies. It's not new to the series at all, and I talked about this image coming from Syndicate's re-upload of the Shadows of Evil trailer in my Marked Ones video, which I'll link for you guys here. But just to briefly recap, this image is the album cover for the song Ancient Astronauts by Holy Mountain, and if you were to Google Ancient Astronaut, you're going to get a ton of results talking about Ancient Astronaut Hypothesis or Ancient Astronaut Theory, and this theory talks about the possibility of Earth being visited by extraterrestrial life during ancient times, and this had a huge impact on the development of human civilization. Now, let's talk about how this Ancient Astronaut Theory can fit into the zombies narrative. First, we've seen the connection between Moon and Shangri-La. Without a doubt, the temple from the Moon loading screen is the same one that we see in Shangri-La. But how does this temple get on the Moon? Well, this loading screen image shows us how this is possible through a tornado, a natural caused phenomena, or perhaps in this case, an unnaturally caused phenomena. And the idea of this tornado lifting up one of these temples and carrying it to the Moon has been tossed around this community for a while. Now, this is an image that we've had nearly 5 years to look at now, so I don't want to spend too much time on it, but I want to focus briefly on where the tornado is touching the ground. It's right in the middle of this oddly shaped maze, which very much resembles the design of the Black Sun. And again, these connections aren't new, but we can definitely add some context to them through this newfound Ancient Astronaut Theory. So, the Black Sun was thought to be this source of power existing in the center of the Earth. Coincidentally, this is also where Agartha is thought to be as well. And deriving from the Black Sun is this energy called the Vril. And the book The Coming Race, which was reprinted as Vril, the Power of the Coming Race, the people called the Vrilya would turn this Vril substance into large rods that would wield extraordinary force, both good and evil. Now, where else have we seen this idea of a connection to Agartha through the use of Vril energy? How about the MPD on Moon? And the MPD was said to be there long before mankind. So how did it get there? Well, I'll talk about that in a second. Now, here's some of the most juiciest intel that I have in this video. Around the mid to late 1930s, a group called the Society for Truth was formed with a single mission of discovering the Vrilya people. The Society for Truth was thought of to be a predecessor to the Nazi Party, and it's actually believed that the society made contact with the Vrilya and acquired some of the Vril technology. And this is seen through theories of Nazi UFOs like the V7, but there's also a theory that the Vril technology allowed the Nazis to land on the Moon in 1942, where they built an underground base. Now, raise your hand if you see where I'm going with this. Around 1940, Richtofen gets accidentally teleported to the Moon, where he comes across the MPD, touches it, and eventually makes his way back to Earth. Then, 2 years later, literally 2 years, Griffin Station is built on the Moon. I don't think it's any coincidence that we have this parallel between the real world and our zombie storyline. Now, back to the MPD. How did it get there? How did a tornado manage to carry a pyramid temple from the Earth to the Moon? Well, what if these ancient aliens are responsible for that? It's possible they created the MPD. Shangri-La definitely takes place well in the current time, but maybe this comic page tells of an older history. And in my last video, I talked about the Lovecraft theme in Shadows of Evil. An Ancient Astronaut Theory is highly present in Lovecraft's story, The Call of Cthulhu, which we've already tied to the zombies narrative. It's really interesting, this clue here that could potentially tie all of these zombies maps together. It could definitely bridge the universes and give some explanation to how all of this is possible. I don't know, maybe I'm going too far down the rabbit hole here. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of all this, but I am loving the potential that we have here for Black Ops 3 Zombies. But this will unfortunately bring us to the end of today's episode, so like and share the video if you enjoyed, and if you want even more Black Ops 3 content, subscribe to the channel. There are new uploads every other day. But other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and take care.